Hello there fellow modelers, Steve here, and tonight's video is kit review time. I've got 3 kits to review. That's the first one, and this one I've got one for. This one is for the R.A.F group build that's run by Model Art 633 and Sam Fargo Scale Models. Alright there lads, and it's an R.A.F group build, and I've got a couple of other kits to review there, so we'll get started on with this. And this is the one I'm doing, which is a handy page Hampton. Now I don't know what, I haven't had a look at what anybody else is doing. I know Michael Model Art 633, hi there Michael, he's doing his Hun in the Sun one at the moment. But this runs from the 1st of August to, well, it was originally to the 1st of October, but Michael's extended it by a month, so it now finishes on the 1st of November. So there's 3 months, so there's plenty of time to do it. Now as you can see, this is a very old R.A.F kit. It's probably 1970s by the box art. I can remember these box arts when I was a kid. The R.A.F there, the half circle and the scale of the kit what it was, and it used to have the series or other kits were available as a Ford Tri-Motor, which you can't get anymore, a Savio Mashi 799, which you can't get anymore, but the Short Sunderland is still available and it's in the same markings. I think it's about time that was retooled with a different marking. But anyway, I'll put that to one side and we'll start off with the instructions, which is a classic R.A.F. Now the handy page Hampton, it wasn't the most attractive of aircraft. I think it was nicknamed, in a minute, the Flying Suitcase. Yes, it was the or Tadpole. And it was, along with the Vickers Wellington and the handy page Hampton, it formed the R.A.F's heavy bomber force at the outbreak of the Second World War. And it was the first monoplane bomber to be built by handy page, which had a great advantage over the biplanes which equipped the R.A.F at the time. It had a high speed and a useful bomb load. One Hampton was supplied to the Royal Swedish Air Force, with whom it served for many years. When the war began, 10 squadrons of the No. 5 group were equipped with Hamptons, and they immediately went to action on armed reconnaissance missions by daylight and one action shortly after the Bomber Command ceased to operate the large bombers by day. They started to take part in night leaflet raids over Germany, and also started their long career as mine layers in enemy waters. And as the 4-engined bombers, the Lancaster, the Halifax and the Stirling, came into service, the Hampton was relegated to sideline duties. It continued to serve as a torpedo bomber operating from Britain and from Russia, and the Coastal Command versions flew until the end of 1943. The individual aircraft represented in this kit is a Hampton B Mark 1 49 Squadron R.A.F. You only get one mark with this. I know this is still available now, but you get 2 marks, 2 versions, and I'm not sure whether it's a new tooled version, because when I show you later on, this has got raised panel lines. Just look at this very old instruction sheet from R.A.F. Numbers, and it just shows you where to put it. 3 sections and that's it. It's actually got it there. I'll read it out. Cement nose gunner and bomb aimer 19 to seat. State of the art at the time. And you even get an instrument panel there to cut out. And there's the camouflage, dark earth black, dark green, standard R.A.F colours. And it's got a little Popeye nose art. As you can see, it's all up forward. Not a very attractive aircraft. The markings, well, they look okay. They're not. Yeah, I might put them in the on the windowsill there and see if I can get rid of the yellow, or have a look round in the spares box to see if I've got some better ones. Right. As you can see, heavily panel lined, but what the hell, it doesn't matter. Be a relatively easy kit. It's really feels, oh, it's really panel lined as this. Look at this. Should go together all right. On the inside. As you can see, it's the classic old Airfix bits, not square like it is now. And as usual, the pilots are absolute crap. I might just leave them out. There's not a lot of detail. You actually get a lot of bombs with it as well, which is okay. Glue them together. Basic for a 1970s kit. I got this off eBay. I think it was about £8. I can remember it when I bought it. I actually, this is one kit from the 70s that I've never actually made before. I've made most of them when I was a kid, Wellingtons, Lancasters, but I've never actually made one of these. And the glass, take a bit of air, heavily flashed as well. I don't fancy doing that with the air Tamiya tape, but I have to do it. And there's the bits that's in there that were off the sprue. I think I'll actually put the glass in there. And you actually get a stand with it, which is classic 70s Airfix. So that's my entry for the R.A.F group build. And it'll be interesting to see what other people have got for it, because he didn't mention whether it was any time in the R.A.F's history, but I think the majority of people will probably do the Second World War. So that's the Handley Page Hampton for the R.A.F group build, which I'll get started when I've finished some of my other kits. Right, now this one, oh God, which is one I said I would start, but I've never actually got round to it, but I'm going to do a kit review of it. And it's this one, which is HMS Iron Duke. This is an older reboxed, a newer reboxed kit, but it's still the same age. And as you can see, it's a classic Roycross box art. Fantastic. I wish I had a painting of that. And I was going to try and get this done for because this year is the 100th anniversary of the Battle of Jutland, because HMS Iron Duke was actually the flagship of Admiral John Jellicoe, who was the commander of the Grand Fleet. But it didn't get done because I was doing other things. So I'm definitely going to try and get it done this year. So we'll start off with what is actually in it. Instruction leaflet. Gives you a brief history of the ship itself. You can't see that really. I'm not even gonna, I'll read it out though. It was built at Portsmouth Dockyard and completed in 1914, and it was a super dreadnought armed with 13.5-inch guns, and was an immediate development of the famous HMS Dreadnought of 1906, which rendered all previous battleships obsolete. And she took part in the only major naval engagement of the war, which was the Battle of Jutland. At this time, Iron Duke was in the 2nd Battle Squadron of the Grand Fleet. After the war, the Iron Duke served in the Mediterranean and Atlantic fleets until 1931, when she was dematerialised and became a gunnery training ship. As a training ship, the boils were cut down and speed reduced, the main armour belt and 2 of the main turrets removed. Secondary armament remained, and various other light armament was fitted from time to time. It was severely damaged by bombs at Scapa Flow early in the Second World War, and HMS Iron Duke was beached and reduced to a depot ship until it was broken up at Faslane in about 1946. It had an overall length of 580 feet, a beam of 90 feet, and a displacement of 25,820 tons. She armed originally with 10 13.5-inch guns and 12 6-inch guns. And 4 torpedo tubes. She was powered by camel-led turbines of 30,000 shaft horsepower, giving a speed of 21 knots, and her complement was 925 officers and men. Brief history. Now, I built one of these again in the 70s, but I haven't got it anymore, so I can't compare it. As you can see, it's the classic Airfix ship. There's the hull together with the 2 stands. Now this one, when I built it, where was it? At the Northern Model Show, which is the model show that's organised by the model club I belong to. I bought, I showed you it in another video, it's a sea-based diorama. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut the hull down and rest it on there, so it's at sea, something different. Because I don't want to try and attempt to do a sea with the way a lot of other modelers do it, with the used silicon, what's used to seal baths, clear silicon, and they get the different colours. It's a bit advanced for me at the moment, but this one, it should look good anyway, so I'll not need any of the torpedo there, the propeller shafts, rudders, whatever. There's the superstructure. The gun turrets, the funnels, and that's it. And there's the colour scheme, which is of when she was in the Royal Navy in 1915. Now that 27, well 70 is, it's red, which is up there, the black cheat line. 27 is dark sea grey. I don't know what 103 is, maybe it's a grey. Twin funnels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gun turrets. And this is, I've tried to tape this up. Because I don't want to get rid of all the bits. there's bound to be some come off. And there's the two holes, two hole parts. And there's the deck. Which one? Oh, that way. No, that's not that way. And you've got all the bits here. Superstructure, guns, one gun turret because I think the rest fell off. I hope. Yes, they're all in the bag. Actually, I'm just going to show you the bag because it's not worth taking it all out. See, there's all the bag there. I'm not going to take it out because these bits might fall on the floor and I'll never see them again. So that's that one, which is HMS Iron Duke. One last look at the box art, and I will get that started when I finish the kits. Right, now this last one here is just a little side project. It's really to do with me Dakota group build. I built the Ruskin Air Services Dakota for me Dakota group build last year. Well, I finished it this year anyway, and I've been hoping to get I'm going to build that. It's just a Bedford MWD. I'll just give you a bit of a history because the series airline, which is what Ruskin Air says, the last episode he participated in the Berlin airlift, and I'm going to do a little diorama. I've got the runway, and it's going to do the truck loading them up or unloading them, whichever. This has nothing to do with what you had to do to get the group build. I mean, it's finished now, but this is just something to add on. Now this is a new tool kit. Get the instructions out. A 1/48th scale, because the Dakota's a 1/48th scale and it's a big one. And it's, what is it? It's the Bedford, I'm not going to read, you can't read that. The Bedford MW series was the smallest of the wartime Bedford trucks, and many thousands were produced during the Second World War. Early models helped transport the British Expeditionary Force in France in 1940, and by summer they found their way onto air bases to assist with the Battle of Britain. They did sterling work in the Middle East against Rommel's Afrika Korps in the desert, and had been updated with enclosed cabs and better protection for the crew. The Bedford MWD was another unsung hero of the Second World War, and its contribution to motorising the logistics of the British Armed Forces was of vital importance. Now this is new tool, as you can see by... So it's the early version with the open back, but I'm going to do it with the covered, the late version. I like these new instructions, they're really detailed compared to the Handy Page Hampton. I think you've only got to look at how far Airfix has come on. I mean, you look, This is the new stuff. That is the old stuff. Progress, yeah. It has the chassis, the leaf springs, the engine, wheels, everything, the cab. It'll look better once it's done. And there's now it's complete, and you get two versions. Which is the early version, British Army 1940, which I'm not going to do. The late version, Royal Air Force 1943, which will probably have been carried on to 1948. I was a wonder I've never actually opened this. Knife, where's my knife? See what the time is. Oh, it's 21 minutes. Can't have Babylon here, like. There's the glass. I'm not even going to take it out. I'll leave it in there. Pardon. Very detailed. There's a differential. The chassis itself. That's the wheel hubs, the exhaust, and the canvas covering, bits of the engine, the cab. There's the seats and the tyres. There is some markings about with this, I don't know where they are. I hope I haven't lost them. Oh, here there are. R.A.F and British Army. I'll do the R.A.F version. So that's what I've got planned, and that's me kit reviews 3. Last bit as well. So that's the 3 kits that I've got planned at the moment. I keep on doing bits and bobs so I don't get... That's a nice knife. Now what I think I did show, oh, that was on the last video I was in the mines in the final throes of doing the intruder, and there it is, completely weathered. On my Facebook page, which is Steve Rowell Hangar Deck Model, and there's a few pictures of it on. But it's completely weathered underneath. Bomb truck. Colourful US Navy markings. That's VA-115, stationed, that flew from the USS Midway, and it's a carg bird, which is a Commander Air Wing. The Grumman A6A, that. The only problem with this was the canopy, because it did have a canopy in 2 bits, but I've got a couple of other intruders, the Hasegawa, no, that's the Hasegawa there, I don't know, I can't remember what make they are, but the canopies are in one piece, so they should be better. So that's me completed intruder. So that's me kit reviews for today. And that's it. So I hope everybody's having a good time modelling. Keep modelling, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye now.